For the latest on this, I'm joined by our French politics editor, Mark Proman. Mark, what came out of these early meetings today ahead of this more official meeting this afternoon?
Well, generally those ceremonies are speeches, farewell speeches, followed by, a small introduction by the ministers. But there was one particularly interesting moment at the Interior Minister where you had two heavyweights, the outgoing Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin handing over to the leader of the Conservative Party in the Senate, Bruno Retailleau, who is known as a conservative, a really, really conservative person. And many have viewed his choice by Michel Barnier and Emmanuel Macron as a way to address the voters who voted for the national rally in the legislative elections and are obviously not represented in the government. Here's what Bruno Retailleau had to say about his three top priorities.
The French want more order. Order in the street, order on the border. The policies of the majority has three priorities. You'll easily remember them. The first, re-establish order. The second, re-establish order. The third, re-establish order. Because I believe in order. Order as a condition for freedom. When there's no order, freedom is under threat.
So that's all very clear, but what does he mean exactly by re-establish order?
Well, this means that he considers there's lawlessness here in France. And in another bit of the speech, he said this is also about democracy. We had elections, legislative elections, and we have to listen to what the voter says, especially in the first round of those elections. He didn't mention the national rally, but everyone understood that this is what he means. He is there essentially to try to allay the concerns of those who voted for the national rally, and also to make sure that Marine Le Pen doesn't bury this government by pulling the trigger of the no confidence motion if she decides to join with the left which has already announced that it will definitely vote a no-confidence motion.
Well, so what's the likelihood that Barnier's government will actually face this no-confidence motion? Is that a done deal?
The question is more when than if. Obviously, if you look at the math in the National Assembly, you add the votes of the leftist coalition and the National Rally, they have more than enough to pass a no-confidence motion against the government of Michel Barnier. The left has said, we'll do it immediately, from the get-go. Marine Le Pen has said, well, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what Michel Barnier has to propose in terms of the budget. We know the budget is a top priority, financial markets watching, Brussels clearly monitoring what's happening. And we know that it's already going to be a big, big problem. But they're also going to be watching what this government does on immigration, does on fighting against crime. And this is clearly the main task of Bruno Retailleau. So this is probably why we had this unusually political speech this morning at the Interior Minister.